So, D5K11 asks a few questions. So, one of them, what do you think would happen if we went to the Titan Pantheon and told Sargeras that the Dreadlords manipulated him and work for death, and just like basically explain? Because that's the whole thing. If you're not aware of the Warcraft lore here, right? Sargeras is getting some bad vibes. He's not in a great place. He goes to this planet. This planet's all like infested. There's this void sect of Dreadlords, and they're all like, yeah, mate, the Void Lords are coming and you're totally screwed, yo. And then Sargeras just goes, haha, smash, destroys their planet. And then he starts to think, and he's like, oh shit, they're right. And then Sargeras, he falls into his depression. He gets very paranoid about the whole thing. And that's sort of what leads to the Burning Legion forming, where Sargeras is like, okay, I'm going to wipe out all this shit because this void stuff is going to be the ruin of everything. Now, it turns out the perspective of Zoval, and certainly the brokers, is that light and void isn't as important as life and death, and that actually this is just them trying to knock out Fel by having a being of order co-opt Fel, and then basically making Fel like a weird controlled resistance, because Fel then gets manipulated by the Dreadlords, later when it is the Burning Legion, and then use that to destroy life and to destroy order. So the Titans and, life. And that's basically Zoval's way of dealing with everything. Kinda. So if Sargeras actually was to find out, this whole time, the whole time, he was duped. Sargeras redemption arc. No, you can't do a Sargeras redemption arc. He has actually killed untold billions. Sargeras could never be redeemed. Oh, don't do it.
So right.
Don't you do it,
right.
you rascal.
So he couldn't be redeemed, right? But, if you think about problems that the World of Warcraft world still has, you do recall that he does have a sword sticking out of Azeroth. We've clearly not been able to do anything with it. So, what? Fuck, I hate like immediately planning a shit version of how World of Warcraft could go. Just it appearing in my head, completely fucking sorted. So, the jailer's at some point coming to Azeroth, right? He's going to be there. He wants to eat Azeroth, or whatever it is with the soul. And we're like, this not very good. We also have Sargeras floating about with Illidan, and they're probably, in between all of their fighting and torture, they're probably having a little bit of a dialogue, even if it is mostly one-liners thrown at each other in combat. But they'll probably come to some sort of vague reasonability, or they'll be tired and sit down for a bit. So Sargeras learns about how the Dreadlord duped him. The jailer was behind all that. The jailer shows up at Azeroth. Sargeras shows up at Azeroth, pulls his sword out of the fucking planet, and starts fighting the jailer.
Oh, get out of here, Matt. Get out of here.
It's dumb, but the logical construction of it works.
Yeah, it does.
So I hope it doesn't happen. But he's definitely going to pull the sword out of the planet himself, 100%.
Yeah, that's it. Illidan and Arthas finally squashed their beef.
Yep.
And then they squashed their shared beef with Sargeras and the Burning Legion.
Yep.
And then the three musketeers of those three take out Zoval, while our characters fight some random NPCs we've never heard of, and a cinematic happens and we win.
Our characters fight ads.
Done. Easy. Perfect. But it is interesting because, Sargeras' whole thing is basically founded in a bit of a lie or a deception. What's he going to do? I mean, I'm sure Illidan would enjoy letting him know that and then seeing him squirm. Total future plot potential.